Okay, we are 55 days out from the meet, max effort squat day, and I am still freaking feeling it from those deadlifts on Wednesday. So that means it is going to be another instance of us needing to freaking fight for it. And what I want to clarify with that, when I say that, is yes, part of that is making sure that during this session, I'm saying, screw how I feel. I'm going to do the best that I absolutely can regardless. But that doesn't start in the training session. That starts days and days before. Because a lot of lifters will have a really hard session, wake up the next day feeling like they're going to die, and then do absolutely nothing about it, then wonder why their next training session doesn't go well. But if we are pushing through a peak and trying to have the best freaking outcomes possible, like the sessions where we push hard and feel like we're going to die the next day, those are going to happen. We just need to have a strategy and a plan so we can do something about it, so we have at least a fighting chance to do well the next big day. And what that looked like for me is day after deadlifts, realizing that I was freaking mangled. That means that I was doing movement prep multiple times a day. I ran 3 rounds of making sure I was getting 99s, making sure I was getting into some hip extension, making sure I was doing single leg RDLs, making sure I was doing HG split squats, making sure I was doing some Jefferson curls just to keep everything moving that needed to move. And then same freaking thing Friday, making sure that I'm just moving everything that I can, making sure I'm getting my hydration in, making sure I'm still touching my cardio so I have energy today. And like, if I didn't do that, I know I'd still be as stiff as I was when I woke up Thursday morning, but the fact that I did put the effort in to get it to come around, well, I feel at least like we're gonna be able to do something today, so that's the goal, is do at least something today. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is that if you do want to push powerlifting as hard as you possibly can, it's not just the training we need to be thinking about, it's not just the training we need to be worried about. We need to be doing things outside of the gym to set ourselves up to be able to train to the level that we need to. And I think that is a large reason why a lot of lifters get stuck where they are, because they get to the spot where the sport gets hard, they get to the spot where they start feeling banged up, and because they don't have a solid movement prep strategy, they just spin their wheels and end up feeling banged up perpetually and then quit and burn out because shit stopped being fun. And to be clear, like putting the time into run movement prep away from training, that part isn't fun. That isn't something I want to do, especially when I feel terrible. Moving is the absolute last thing that is on my mind, but I know that if I do put that effort in, it's going to make the training so much more fun. And you can kind of almost like trick yourself into realizing that if you start doing the thing that you don't want to do because it's going to give you a good outcome, doing the thing that you don't want to do starts to get a little bit more exciting. And with that, about time we started setting the tone, so we're gonna start with 2. Other than the bar jumping from low bar to high bar after the first rep, felt pretty okay. It's honestly so much nicer squatting with straight weight the week after running chains, so we're gonna be okay today. And we're going belt on for 3 because number 1, I don't care what I squat beltless, and number 2, because I care about what I actually squat, getting on early helps me lock her in a little bit sooner. I forgot to roll my sleeves. What an idiot. Good? Yeah. No, I'm good. No, I'm asking, was that good? Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yep. You normally tell me if it's high or not. You didn't say anything.
I wouldn't yet, but I guess it wasn't loud enough.
Other than the communication mishap. Very happy with how that felt. And not have a similar level of kerfuffle. Going for a double here.
Squat. Hairline. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But yeah, we're feeling like we got a pretty good shot so far today. And now for the next set, we're going to go 605. And if I want to have a shot at doing what I want to do, we got to smack her good enough. Then I'm comfy taking a bigger jump than I'm used to after 605.
What? Yep.
Was that Jocelyn's rack height?
No, that one's yours.
Oh, felt low. Weird. And I mean, I'm a little cheesed because I wanted that to feel good enough that I was confident to go straight to 6 reds. But it still moved good, so we're going to go 5 reds and a blue for the next one and make sure we wake up a little bit more for that. And this will be the set that tells us what kind of day we're going to be having. So nerves, a little bit high, but as always, going to use it to wake up.
Come on.
Good.
What? Yep. Good.
Balance was a little bit weird, but that felt good enough that we can do another. And watching the video back, moved way better than it felt. But what I'm thinking for the next set, I'm going to aim for the low end of what I wanted for this week. I'm going to go 735, which is a 10-pound progression over the last free squat, which I won't be super stoked on if that's all we get. But the plan is to move that well enough that we can take another one. And as I was saying, I will be okay if this is the top set, but I really want to go up, so we better wake up and bring it.
Work here. Come on.
So here's the deal. That felt really freaking solid. But Little Miss hasn't shown up for squat day for 3 weeks. Is telling me not to go up. So I don't know. I'm going to think about this for a little bit and decide what we're doing. But I don't know. I think I can be okay with that being top set, but I really don't want that to be top set. And what after Miana said has me a little bit afraid of this. But what I'm telling myself is that the fact that I am afraid tells me that I need to overcome it.
Let's go.
Yep! Fuck yeah! And that right there is exactly why myself and every single lifter I coach in the team is able to do so well on the platform. Like, the expectation is that we go 9 for 9 and make PRs look easy on the day, is because we are setting up training in a way that forces us to perform well in a fatigue state. And when we do that, it does make the training feel harder, but meet day becomes so much easier. And it's not just the programming strategy that gets us there. It's not just the fact that I am looking at every single one of your lifts and giving you individualized coaching every single day so we can dial in your technique and build your weak points. It's the fact that with how the team is set up, we are able to talk about the intangibles around training, get you to understand how to manage fatigue, get you to understand how to bring it and when to bring it, and to better help you refine your attempt selection both in training and on the platform is how we produce the results that we do. And because I want lifters who are in it for the long haul and actually using it, we are running a giant sale on annual memberships through the month of October. So link below and sign up if you want to smack PRs. Update. Very freaking glad that we took that one. I think like the fact that Miana told me not to go up pissed me off enough to really fucking try hard there. So I am quite satisfied with how that moved. Like, part of me wants to go 8 after that, but I know that going 8 after that will be getting very greedy. So we're going to cap it at 775 because we are very freaking on track. And I don't know, for how today felt going in, I could not be more satisfied with how that moved. But like I was saying, to squat what we want to squat on the platform, the work is not done. So we're going to go jam on some hacks. And I wish I had the FX3 out, not the A7R5, because I did not know that the gym would be dark on this side when we got here. So I got ISO at 12,800, so I apologize if there is a little bit of noise in the video. Also trying the max pump hack squat because Joel, in all of his infinite wisdom, was telling me that with where my stance is, it probably will feel better, so we'll see. I think I'm going to angle the foot plate up a little bit, but this will work. The thing that is nice about this compared to the Panada is, number one, rack height is less high. Number two, the pad is lower so I can brace into it better. So yeah, we'll add a plate and keep chugging. Went up a plate, went up 2 notches on the foot platform. Not sure if that's going to be weird or not, but we'll feeler out since 3 still should be a feeler. And for those of you who did not understand the camera nerd talk, basically when it's dark out, having a camera with less megapixels than this would make for better imaging due to the size of the megapixels on the sensor, but I will shut up and do my hack squats. With the foot plate kicked up, it is a low on rack as well, but whatever. Also trying to find the doohickeys to open and close it. A little bit sketchy feeling, but we will survive. I think we're good to go for if I can close the thing and not die. And I am feeling a little bit sluggish after that large squat showing. So plan here for 4 is do my best to wake up a little bit, and then if we make it move well, I'll cap her after a couple reps and put 5 on. If it feels like it's going to be hard, we'll just do reps till it actually gets hard. The one thing I do miss about the Panada is like the handle being up here, not just like a weird finger flick at the bottom, but whatever. Yeah, we're making this a work set. Where's the same? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so harder than I wanted it to be, but probably productive. I'm thinking we will run another here. Alrighty, set 2 here. And so far, I'm not 100% sure if I'm sold on this hack squat. I do think I do like the Panada better, so I probably will be using the Panada next week. But, as always, the goal for set 2 is to minimize the fall off, but no real promises considering we are feeling a little bit cookered after that first one. This is so sketchy getting those open. Probably more sketchy getting them closed, but opening does not inspire confidence. I am in danger. Think I can get one more. We shall see. Maybe a little bit dangerous, but I didn't die, so I'm okay with it. Thankfully, back to where there's light in the gym, and for a supinated row slot, we're to get on this guy versus the Smith machine, simply because I do not have a friend to help me rack and re-rack the Smith machine doohickey. We'll go 3. And we'll see how 3 feels. Might do 1 set here, might do 2, so we shall find out. And you know what? I think we'll go 4. Okay, large crank here. Feels heavy, FYI. Like I have to squeeze the pad with my legs or else I feel like I'm going to shoot off the front of it when I'm rowing. And I'm figuring we shall keep the GHRs rolling because even if I do feel a little bit smashed right now, I don't feel too smashed to do at least a bodyweight GHR. So we will start bodyweight and then potentially go up if this feels pretty okay. Feels pretty okay. We'll grab some band. Moderate amount of band, not a crazy amount like we did the other week, just because I don't actually want to die today, you know? Like, it should be enough to make it harder, but not so much that it feels like my hammies are going to rip off. Hopefully. Maybe a little bit harder than I wanted it to be, but considering the day and week we've had, I'm pretty okay with it. And now for the worst part of the day, that is putting plates on the reverse hyper. Figured I'd be nice to myself and only load 3 aside, so yeah. Back is already pumped up from loading them, so only gonna get worse from here. We are definitely a little bit cooked at this point of the training session. But if I do another set, that means I get more time before I have to unload the stupid thing. Not looking forward to this, but I know that if I do it, my deadlift will get better, so we're gonna do it. And I don't know, maybe I'm not that fried. I'm maybe thinking that running it a bit narrower makes it significantly harder on the glutes, because that does feel significantly harder on the glutes than before. But then again, maybe I am fried. But we still gotta crank abs, so being aggressive with the band tension from the get-go. Wish me luck. Stuck turtle. Oh no. There we go. Oh, stuck turtle again. 1 more. Still haven't unloaded the reverse hyper, FYI, but we got 1 more set of abs to do before we do that. There we go. a little better dismount that time around, but yeah, I'm feeling a little bit cooked. But considering the level of cookeredness going into the session and apparently during the session, I could not be happier with how today went. And like, it's the last session of the last week of a wave. I should be pretty freaking tired, but the fact that I can bring it well today tells me that we are in such a freaking good spot. And with being a little bit cookered, probably going to tone down this next week a little bit more than I normally would for a standard week one. I think deadlifts, we're just going to run light reps. Bench, I'm thinking a dead press right now just to, make it disgustingly hard on the concentric, but because there's no eccentric, we don't have stretch reflex, and because we have to break it from a dead stop, it probably should be pretty damn difficult. And I'm thinking squats, I might go high bar pause, SSB pause, something or other. I'll figure out what I'm doing for squat when we get closer to it, but I just want a variation that we will not be able to go super hard on, push super heavy, to let ourselves freshen up a little bit. And then after we freshen up a little bit, we keep on cranking to set ourselves up for the peak, which I am getting very freaking excited for. And all I got to do in the meantime is, number one, make sure that next week we let ourselves freshen up. Number two, after this next week, we keep cranking freaking hard so that we have the base in order to peak well. And as long as we do that, we're going to get to have a whole lot of fun on the platform. So thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Have a good rest of your night, and I will see you in the team.